Nara, Guardswood, Master Archie trying to box the passage. On the inside is Bartoldi, Bella Chica. Vasim's out the pack and chasing, but it's Bartoldi. Goes for home and got a 2-length advantage, and it's a winning advantage. Bartoldi wins a very good race. Vasim in second.
Adam, courageous, ambitious, hard-working. It's basically what it boils down to. This very meticulous plan really has to come together, and of the original 5, you're left with 4. First of all, let's start off with the defending champion, Bohica, how he's come through his prep so far.
Yeah, there has been a lot of hard hours and time that's gone into prepping these horses for the Cape Flying. I think there's been a couple of obstacles that have been thrown in our way with the quarantine. Wasn't ideal, but it's just something that we had to deal with. And I think that the horses have managed to cope with it quite well. They look in a really good space. And the way they travel down to the Cape, I think, is going to be the determining factor to how they run. Bohica's preparation coming into the race sort of was hampered with us missing his final race due to the quarantine protocols. Having said that, we did give him a nice hard gallop that morning in the hours that we were allowed to. And he blew quite a bit after the gallop, but what the gallop did was it really brought him on. I thought that I possibly might need to have him on the grass one more time. But he's really come on from this work exceptionally well. He's moving well, and he's in a good space. He's an older horse. He's a hard knocker. He can cope with the testing 1,000 that Kenilworth throws our way. Him and Master Archie actually galloped together as they were due to run together. But Master Archie, a lot of time, a lot of effort and attention that's gone into him to get him to where we've got him today. And I must say, confidently speaking, that we've got him in a good space. He's moving better than he's ever moved since he's been with us. And I think that if he takes the trip well, he's going to be a big runner.
He's got the air about him that he's definitely stallion potential.
Yeah, from the father side there's speed, and from the mother side there's a hell of a lot of speed. Having worked with his mom Lavolta and her being a really good filly to the stable, sort of knew what her attributes were. Rafif wasn't with us, as we know he was with Mr. de Kock. So, taking that bloodline into account, we sort of knew more or less what type of workouts we were going to do with the horse. And I feel like we've got him in the right space.
Bohica's half-brother is Bartoldi, a very similar horse in stature, but slightly different in personality. If you look at the way Jane works with both of them, he's quite a calm, relaxed guy, very much like his father, Active War.
Yeah, look, Bartoldi, I think probably a big underdog in the race. He's a horse that I would say probably his best trip would be an 1100 if there was. His run at Scottsville in the Group 1 was very good. He found himself behind the wrong horses, and Elysian Chief, I thought, sort of had it the way that he wanted it in the race. Had we had a horse like that to sort of follow and pull us through, I think the result may have been a little bit different. But obviously I'm biased to my horses and the way that I'm speaking at the moment, but he's in a very good space at the moment, and if the race works out in his way, he'll be flying at the finish, and it just depends whether he's going to get his head down where it counts most.
And then, without trying to be clever, the dark horse of the race is definitely Supreme Warrior. He's a horse that's very versatile, and there was a lot to like about his sprint last time.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot to like about this horse from his first start. Obviously running second to Zapatilis in the mile at Greyville, was a very good run. And then his run in the Gold Challenge, we gave him a rest after that. And we always have been sort of questioning whether he's a sprinter or whether he'll see the mile out. I think probably he still was able to get a 14, but his best trip would probably be a 12. His comeback run over 1,000 was very impressive, and he's come out of the run exceptionally well. So Kenilworth being a tough 1,000-metre race, I think he's going to be a dangerous runner.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that 1,000 metres at Kenilworth is just about 1,100 metres at Turfentine.
Yeah, look, you'd like to think so. It all depends what the weather's like on the day, if there's a strong wind or not. The way the race is run, I suppose that matters for all the horses. But he is coming into the race in a very good space, and his prep's gone according to plan.
On the way here today, I was speaking to one of the partners of Master Archie, Sean Hanna, and he says that it's definitely not a disaster, but they would prefer to have had his regular pilot, Gavin Lorena, aboard, who is duty-bound according to Mr. Terry's arrangements on Princess Keller. And what have you decided to do?
I've always been of the mindset that we've got an abundance of talent with jockeys in the country. And I think that Diego's a jockey that puts a lot of time and effort into the stable. He deserves the opportunities. And I think if he's on the right horse and the horse is giving him at the right time. He did win 2 Grade 1s at Gravel. I think his first Group 1 was actually at Kenilworth on a horse called Anjab for Mr. de Kock, if I'm not mistaken. So he's more than capable to bring it home if the horse is
Yes,
in
he
the right
won the
position.
Derby, that's right.
Yeah, 100%.
And the quarantine station, having been in there today, it's super cool, it's super comfortable. I think the initial teething problems and the transition for them being creatures of habit have been well circumvented.
Yeah, look, they've adapted to the situation. Horses are creatures of habit, and it's something that we were concerned about how they're going to adapt to the quarantine scenario. But they seem to have been doing well. Their work's good. I'm happy with the way the horses are looking. The main thing is how they travel down to the Cape. That'll be, I think, a determining factor to how horses are going to run. I'm incredibly grateful for what you do. I want to know, what do you think of your horse, and what do you think of his chances with his preparation going in towards the Cape Flying Championship?
I'm going to the Cape Town with my horse, Mr. Archie. I think he's going to run very well because I saw my horse is very well to the track. He's working very well, all I say.
I'm very happy today for my horses. My horses are doing well in the track. I'm not scared of any horse. I see then the Cape Town what is happening.
Thank you, Tommy. And are you happy with the jockey and the draw that you've got in the race?
I'm very happy for jockeying. If he jockey got chance, I can win it easy.
Are you happy with Bohika, and how do you feel your chances are coming into Cape Town?
Yes, I'm so happy when I see the way he's so fresh, he's eating well, everything is so 100% for me. I'm so happy.
I'm very happy with him, 100% happy.
You being his work rider, does he feel good for you on the track?
I think he's feeling 100% right.
Real Gone Kid stakes his claim. Bohika between runners. African Rain. Rio Karori's now being popped the question. Real Gone Kid. Bohika. African Rain. Rio Karori. Mr. Cobb's taken off. It's Bohika. Mr. Cobb's. African Rain. To the wire they come, and it's very close. Maybe Bohika just kept going in front. African Rain flashing home between runners. We had Mr. Cobb's.